Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us for the stories making headlines. I'm Alan Adonis. The Oshivelo police detonated 13 explosives at the King Kauluma Combined School in the Oshokoto region yesterday. The explosives were discovered by people who were contracted to install electricity at the school. When the school decided to install electricity, management informed the police explosive unit to carry out mine clearance operations. 400 7.62mm cartridges, 7 20mm explosive rounds, and 6 12.7mm explosive rounds, as well as 13 20mm high explosive rounds were found. Road contractors and people wishing to build and electrify their houses around Oshivelo, the King Nehala Conservancy, and those residing in former war zones have been advised to contact the nearest police station for mine clearance before any work is carried out. The colloquium for teachers of the law of property opened in the capital today. The colloquium is being held for the first time outside South Africa and is attended by eminent scholars of property law and jurisprudence. Opening the meeting today, the Minister of Justice said Namibia attached great significance to its association with the Property Law Teachers Colloquium. The colloquium is a forum for both property law teachers and graduate students of law in Southern Africa to share ideas on topical issues in property law and jurisprudence. The Minister of Presidential Affairs has thrown his weight behind the African Nuclear Weapon Free Zone Treaty. Dr. Albert Kavana says the treaty strives to discourage the production, use, storage or dumping of nuclear weapons or waste on the territory of any country which is a signatory to it. However, Dr. Kavana feels that if the treaty is working towards a nuclear weapon-free world, those that own these weapons must dispose of and destroy them. The minister also wanted Africa to be represented in the structures of the UN Security Council before ratification. In business news, Prime Minister Nahas Angula tabled the long-awaited new Equitable Economic Empowerment Framework, NEEEF, for debate and adoption in the National Assembly yesterday. The primary goal of the framework is to promote an equitable, inclusive and shared economic development in the country. Angula explained that it further aims to complement existing government empowerment initiatives, such as the Affirmative Action Loan Scheme on land acquisition and others targeting previously disadvantaged Namibians. The Prime Minister stated that government intends to introduce empowerment initiatives which are not similar to social grants, but rather empowerment schemes which depend on personal efforts. In international news, the United Nations Security Council has voted to end international military operations in Libya next Monday. In March, the Council voted to authorize the use of force to protect civilians after then-leader Muammar Gaddafi launched a deadly assault on protesters against his rule. Last week, NATO and its partners, which had been conducting airstrikes, said the campaign would end on the 31st of October. Libya's new government declared the country liberated on Sunday. On Thursday, the Council unanimously approved a resolution ending the mandate for foreign military action on the 31st of October. The resolution came despite a call by Libya's National Transitional Council for NATO to continue its military action. In sport news, Namibia is one of the 4 African countries that have benefited from the FIFA 2010 World Cup Legacy Initiative. This resulted in the building of the FIFA Football for Hope Centre in Windhoek's Karatura suburb. The FIFA Football for Hope Centre house was financed by the World Football Governing Body with millions of dollars as part of its 2010 Soccer World Cup legacy. The centre is a hive of activity every day, with officials and facilitators taking the youth through the ropes of various football and health-related programs. The Football Governing Body says it will continue to invest more in the project. And those were the stories that made headlines today. Thank you for watching and good night.